Good afternoon. Today is the 31st of May, 2025, and I received this book about 20 years ago, the Book of Wisdom and Wit, A Thousand Famous Quotations by George A. Brown. And from time to time, I pull this book off the shelf and read a few lines in the hopes that I might become wittier and wisdomer. And when I was reading it, I read a passage and I thought, that sounds like something Mr. Trump would say. So I went through the book and found 50 or 60 such things that I could attribute to Mr. Trump, either as being said by him or about him. So I thought I might read to you some of these. So this is going to be about politics, specifically American politics. And if that's not your bag, then feel free to leave now. Okay, let's get started with some of these bon mots. Many receive advice, only the wise profit from it. This is attributed to somebody by the name of Publilius Cyrus. That sounds Greek or Roman to me, so presumably this saying has been around for 2,000 years or so. Uh, but yeah, judging by Mr. Trump, uh, he may receive a lot of advice, but apparently he doesn't take it. So he's none the wiser for having advisors. You can inherit wealth, but never wisdom. Need I say more? Sounds like Mr. Trump and his family. Honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom. Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, I think I can think of somebody who didn't read the first chapter, and therefore they are lacking in honesty and wisdom. A child is a person who can't understand why someone would give away a perfectly good cat. Now, I made a little change to this, and it came out as a fool is a person who can't understand why someone would give away a perfectly good $400 million airplane. Yeah. No one was ever so successful that they didn't appreciate a compliment. George A. Brown. Now, he's the author of this book, and I guess over the years he's stumbled across a few memorable quotations that he came up with. Yeah, and I understand Mr. Trump likes to have his ego stroked often and vigorously. I like to do all the talking myself. It saves time and prevents arguments. Did you see the meeting between Mr. Trump and Mr. Carney at the Oval Office? I read somewhere that Mr. Trump spoke for 27 minutes of the 1 half-hour meeting that was televised, and Mr. Carney spoke for 3 minutes. Uh, kind of underscores this particular saying. He likes to do all the talking himself. Of course, Mr. Carney may have just been diplomatic and holding his tongue and wondering why he was in this room with this guy who comes out with mindless drivel when Mr. Carney has a PhD in economics from Oxford. You shouldn't speak unless you can improve on silence. That's attributed to George A. Brown, and we wish Mr. Trump would observe that. Everyone is entitled to my opinion. Madonna. Yeah, Mr. Trump would say that, I think, or at least thinking that. Why wouldn't we want the benefit of his alleged knowledge? People are easily anesthetized by overstatement. John Maddox. Now, if this is true, and given the amount of overstatement by Trump and some of his associates, half of the United States must be totally anesthetized. If you want to be seen, stand up. If you want to be heard, speak up. If you want to be appreciated, sit down and shut up. Well, we wish Mr. Trump would want to be appreciated more. A fool always finds a greater fool to admire him. That's attributed to Nicholas Boileau. Mr. Trump has found, from what I observed, thousands of fools to admire him. Egotism is the anesthetic that dulls the pain of stupidity. Frank Leahy. Yeah, so obviously Mr. Trump has been anesthetized against his stupidity. He doesn't realize, I think, sometimes that the things he says are stupid. To treat your facts with imagination is one thing, but to imagine your facts is another. John Burroughs. And we know that Mr. Trump imagines facts. There is a difference between happiness and wisdom. He that thinks himself the happiest man is really so. But he that thinks himself the wisest is generally the greatest fool. And you know who I'm thinking of in that case. Time is a great healer, but a lousy beautician. Of course, that applies to all of us. Uh, but considering the amount of time that you see Mr. Trump on TV and on the internet, it seems this was written specifically for him. In short, I don't find him to be very attractive at all. We have seen better days, William Shakespeare. I suppose that is true of most eras. Uh, but in this case, yeah, how can you not say that and think of Mr. Trump? It is not a lie. It is a terminological inexactitude. Alexander Haig. I believe Mr. Haig was in Richard Nixon's administration. And I don't think Mr. Trump would say this or even think it. I think he would stumble greatly over terminological inexactitude. But his blonde puppet, Carolyn Levitt, she seems to be verbally astute. I think she could say this and believe that she's telling you something interesting and new. A government that robs Peter to pay Paul can always depend upon the support of Paul. George Bernard Shaw. And again, I made a little change in this one. A government that robs the poor to pay the rich can always depend upon the support of the rich. Right? Right. No extraordinary power should be lodged in any one individual. Yeah, this is a true generally, I think. Uh, but Mr. Trump has demonstrated it um, to excess, I would think. How somebody can sit in the Oval Office and give off executive directives that cause economic havoc around the world, uh, it's kind of beyond me and makes me think that somebody has too much power. And along the same lines, no one man can terrorize a whole nation unless he unless we are all accomplices. Edward R. Murrow. Yeah, I think the silence of a lot of the Republicans makes them accomplices. Okay, I've just got three more, and they seem to be particularly pertinent to Mr. Trump. I know a golfer that cheats so much, when he got a hole in one, he wrote down 0 on his scorecard. Only the little people pay taxes. That's attributed to Leona Helmsley. And I could imagine Mr. Trump thinking that. And one final one, give you a little quiz. Can you name who said this before I tell you? If you're my age, you probably can. I have nothing to hide. The White House has nothing to hide. Now, who is that? Oh, who is it supposed to be? Richard M. Nixon. Yes, he has said that, and we could certainly think that Mr. Trump would say that if he was so questioned. Anyhow, that's a sample of the things that I read. I hope you enjoyed that, and maybe we'll see you soon.